Hello students, welcome to Breedmark Academy. Myself LS Nanda. In this particular video, I am going to discuss the questions of Combined Defense Services exam that has been conducted this year. Actually, this exam is conducted twice every year. So this is the first paper of this particular year. This exam comprises of 100 questions on mathematics. So I have divided the entire session into two parts. In this particular part, that is the first video, I am going to discuss with you first 50 questions and another 50 I'll be discussing in the second video. Now students, here is the first problem that we are seeing. It's a assertion reasoning based question. There is a question and there are two statements linked with it, and we have to answer as per the options, like statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer the question, or statement 2 alone is sufficient to answer the question, both statement 1 and 2 are together sufficient to answer the question, or both statement 1 and 2 are not sufficient to answer the question. Now question is quite simple. Usually in this particular exam, questions are of not of high level, but number of questions is really big. You have to answer 100 questions within 2 hours. So your speed should be fast. Now let us solve this. The statement 1 says x cube is equal to minus 29 into 8. So obviously x is going to be negative. Why? Because x cube is negative. So if the cube of any real number is negative, then this implies the number itself is negative. Now if we look at the second statement, y cube is equal to 3x. Now y cube is equal to 3x means 3 into a negative number. Now this is also negative. So that further implies that y will also be negative. So finally we can conclude that 3x plus 2y will also be negative. Why? Because since both quantities x and y are negative, therefore thrice of the first quantity plus 2 times the second quantity will obviously be negative. Now the option C becomes the right one, because it says both statement 1 and 2 are together sufficient to answer the questions. That means in this particular question both were required, because when we concluded that x is negative and y is negative, that could be possible only when we looked at both the statements. Fine. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is the second question. It also seems to be quite simple. The question says, does the equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 have real roots of opposite sign? And there are two statements linked to it. First is that discriminant d is greater than 0. Second is c upon a greater than 0. Now students, we know that whenever any quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 has real roots, then certainly its discriminant d is greater than 0. Secondly, to determine whether both the real roots will be of same sign or opposite sign, we need to take the help of product of roots, which is p, and p is c upon a. In this case, c upon a is given to us as positive, right? If we look at the second statement. So if p is equal to c by a, which is positive, then this clearly implies that roots will be of the same sign, right? So we clearly reach at the result that this equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 will have real roots, but they will be of same sign. So that means to reach at the answer of this question, we certainly need these two statements. So clearly the answer is C. Both statement 1 and 2 are together sufficient to answer the question. Fine. Now we move to our third problem. Now students, this is the third question. The question says, is a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ca, where a, b, c are distinct real numbers, always positive? That means it is being asked whether this quantity is always positive, and two statements are also given to us. First is a greater than b greater than c, and second is a plus b plus c equal to 0. Now, first of all, let's see how can we simplify the given expression. Students, if you look at my previous videos, I have clearly given the explanation of this expression, because this is very important expression which is generally used in many questions which come in competitive exams. Now, to simplify this, what do? We multiply the entire expression by 2 and divide it by 2. It becomes 2a square plus 2b square plus 2c square minus 2ab minus 2bc minus 2ca. Fine. Now this can further be written as 1 upon 2 into. If I take 1a square from here, 1b square from here and minus 2ab, it becomes a minus b whole square. Similarly, if we take the remaining b square from here, c square from here and minus 2bc, it becomes b minus c whole square. And the leftover term is just c minus a whole square. Right, students? Now clearly, it is half the sum of 3 perfect squares. It is given to us that a, b, c are unequal. That means they are distinct real numbers. So obviously, this is half into a positive quantity. So it is strictly greater than 0. So that means there is no requirement of these two statements. Whether a is greater than b or less than b or greater than c or less than c does not affect the given expression. Similarly, there is no requirement of a plus b plus c to be 0. That means the only thing which is required is a, b, c must be distinct. They must not be equal. So clearly, the right answer is D. That is, neither statement 1 nor statement 2 is required to answer the question. Clear? Now we move to our fourth problem. Students, this is the fourth problem. It's a nice question. It involves the use of inequalities as well as some algebraic identities. The question says, is the quantity x to the power 6 plus y to the power 6 whole divided upon x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 always greater than x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 whole divided upon x square plus y square? We are also given that x not equal to y not equal to 0. And we are given two statements. First statement says x greater than y, and second statement says x square plus y square greater than 2xy. Now students, to solve this problem, let us assume that the first expression, that is x to the power 6 plus y to the power 6 whole divided upon x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 is greater than x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 whole divided upon x square plus y square. I am assuming that this is true. Now, this is going to be true if and only if. I hope you know about this logic. If and only if means, if the first statement is true, then the second statement which I am going to write now will be true, and the vice versa is also true. That means if the second statement is true, then the first will automatically be true. Fine. So we'll be solving this question by using this concept. That is, if the first statement is true, then if I cross multiply both sides of this inequality, then x to the power 6 plus y to the power 6 into x square plus y square will be greater than x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 whole square. Now, why I have multiplied? Because we know that whenever a, b, c, d positive numbers are forming this kind of inequality, that is a upon b greater than c upon d, then this certainly implies AD is greater than BC. Because in a linear inequality, if we multiply both sides with a positive number, then the sign of inequality does not change. Fine. Now, this second statement is true if and only if. Let us open the brackets. We will be getting x to the power 8 plus x6y square plus y6x square plus y to the power 8 greater than x to the power 8 plus y to the power 8 plus 2x4y4. I have just applied the identity a plus b whole square on the right hand side of the inequality. Now obviously these two terms x to the power 8 and y to the power 8 will cancel out on both sides. Now this statement will be true if and only if x to the power 6 y square plus y to the power 6 x square minus 2x4 y4 greater than 0. And this is going to be true if and only if, let's take x square y square common, and inside the bracket we get x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 minus 2x square y square, which can further be written as x square minus y square whole square greater than 0. Now students, let us check whether this last statement is true or not. Now we know that both x and y are non-zero, as well as they are not equal to each other. So that means x square minus y square whole square will certainly be greater than 0. Similarly, x square y square will also be greater than 0. So that means their product x square y square into x square minus y square whole square will also be positive. Fine. So that means now I can use this logic, and finally I can say that our assumption was correct. That means the first statement, x to the power 6 plus y to the power 6 whole divided upon x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4, is certainly greater than x to the power 4 plus y to the power 4 whole divided upon x square plus y square. I hope students, you must have got the solution of this question. It was a nice problem. Now these two statements, statement 1 and statement 2, were not required at all. We have never used them in this entire solution. So D option is correct. Neither statement 1 nor statement 2 is required to answer the question. Fine. Now we move to our fifth problem. Now students, this is the fifth problem and it's a quite easy question. It says how many quadratic equations have the sum of their roots equal to the product of their roots. Now we know that in any quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, sum is given by minus b upon a and product is given by c upon a. And we are given that the sum of roots is equal to product of roots. So that means minus b upon a is equal to c upon a, or this implies b is equal to minus c. Fine. Now obviously there can be many possible equations, many possible quadratic equations where b plus c will be equal to 0 or b will be equal to minus c. Like one such equation can be x square plus x minus 1 equal to 0. Another equation can be 2x square plus 3x minus 3 is equal to 0. Similarly, we can have 3x square plus 4x minus 4 is equal to 0. So you can form infinitely many such equations. Fine. So hence D option is correct. Now students, this is a problem linked to trigonometry. The question says if x is equal to 1 minus cos theta plus sin theta whole divided upon 1 plus sin theta, then what is sin theta plus cos theta minus 1 whole divided upon cos theta equal to? And options are 1 by x, x, 1 plus x, and x minus 1. Now to solve this question, what do? We look at the denominator of the required expression, that is cos theta. So I start with x first of all. I write x equal to 1 minus cos theta plus sin theta divided upon 1 plus sin theta. Right? This is given to us. Now to create cos theta in the denominator, what I do, I multiply this given expression with 1 minus sin theta and divide by 1 minus sin theta. Why? Because I know that 1 minus sin square theta is cos square theta, and 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta will definitely form cos square theta, because 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta is nothing but 1 minus sin square theta. So x becomes, now let us multiply the terms in the numerator. We'll be getting 1 minus sin theta minus cos theta plus cos theta into sin theta plus sin theta minus sin square theta. And in the denominator, we'll be getting 1 plus sin theta into 1 minus sin theta, which will become 1 minus sin square theta or cos square theta, right? So in the denominator, we have now cos square theta. In the numerator, we are left with sin theta and minus sin theta will cancel out each other. We'll be getting 1 minus cos theta plus cos theta into sin theta minus sin square theta. Now students, 1 minus sin square theta is how much? 1 minus sin square theta is cos square theta. So the numerator can be written as cos square theta minus cos theta plus cos theta into sin theta, and denominator is already cos square theta. So it's clearly visible that x will now become cos theta common from numerator, and in the bracket we'll be getting cos theta plus sin theta minus 1, and in the denominator we have already cos square theta. So cos theta up and down will cancel, and finally we get cos theta plus sin theta minus 1 whole divided upon cos theta equal to x. So that means B option is correct. The given expression sin theta plus cos theta minus 1 whole divided upon cos theta is just equal to x. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is a question linked to the concept of trigonometric equations. The question says if cos of x plus y equal to 0 and sin of x minus y equal to half, where both x and y belong to closed 0 to pi by 2, then what is the value of cot of 2x minus y? Now to solve this question, let's start with the given thing, and that is x lies in closed 0 to pi by 2, y also lies in closed 0 to pi by 2. If I add both of these inequalities, I will be getting x plus y lying in closed 0 to pi. Fine. Now we know that if cos theta is equal to 0, then theta must be 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n is any integer. Or we can say theta must be odd multiple of pi by 2. Now students, since cos of x plus y is equal to 0 and x plus y lies in 0 to pi, then there is only one such value that will be possible for this equation, or that will satisfy this equation, and that is x plus y equal to pi by 2. Fine. Now we move to the second equation, that is sin of x minus y equal to half. Now to get the right interval for x minus y, we cannot subtract these two inequations. That's not possible, because in linear inequalities we cannot subtract two linear inequalities. So first of all, I will be getting the interval for minus y. Minus y will obviously lie between closed minus pi by 2 to 0. Since x lies in closed 0 to pi by 2, now I will be adding both of them to get the interval for x minus y as closed minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. That means x minus y will either lie in fourth quadrant or in first quadrant. Now since we are given that sin of x minus y is equal to half, which is a positive quantity, then this tells us that x minus y must lie in first quadrant only. Why? Because in fourth quadrant sign gives negative values. The answer is negative. So that means if in first quadrant we look at the angles, then sin of x minus y equal to half means sin of x minus y must be equal to sin of pi by 6. So this means x minus y is just pi by 6. Now students, just add these two equations, first and second. You will be getting 2x equal to pi by 2 plus pi by 6, that is 120 degree, or x equal to pi by 3. And if x is pi by 3, then y will become pi by 2 minus pi by 3, or pi by 6. So hence the value of cot of 2x minus y becomes 2 pi by 3 minus pi by 6 or cot of pi by 2, and cot of pi by 2 is nothing but 0. So that means our first option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is the next question. It says, what is the minimum value of sine theta power 4 plus cos theta power 4 minus 2 sine square theta into cos square theta, right? Now we know that sine theta power 4 can be written as sine square theta whole square plus cos theta power 4 can be written as cos square theta whole square, and then we have minus 2 sine square theta cos square theta. So that means now if I apply the identity a square plus b square minus 2ab equal to a minus b whole square, it will become sine square theta minus cos square theta whole square. And from trigonometry we know that cos square theta minus sine square theta is cos 2 theta. So this is nothing but minus cos 2 theta whole square. Or finally this is cos square 2 theta. Now students, you must be knowing that for any angle theta, cos theta's value always lie between minus 1 to 1. So that means I can say cos square theta will always lie between 0 to 1. Fine. So it does not matter whether it is 2 theta or 3 theta or 4 theta, because it's just representing a angle. So that means cos square 2 theta will lie between 0 to 1. So minimum value of cos square 2 theta, that means this expression is going to be just 0. That means first option is the correct one. Now we move to our next question. Now students, this is the next question. It says if cos theta plus secant theta minus 2 is equal to 0, where theta lies in closed 0 to open pi by 2, then what is the value of cos theta power 4 plus secant theta power 4 minus 2? Now we can solve this question in two ways. First is, if I solve the equation cos theta plus secant theta minus 2 equal to 0 and get the value of theta that lies in the given interval, and then we can substitute that value of theta in the expression cos theta power 4 plus secant theta power 4 minus 2. This is one way. Another is, if I just take this expression cos theta plus secant theta equal to 2 and square both sides. I will be explaining you both the methods. Now, when we square both sides, we'll be getting cos square theta plus secant square theta plus 2 cos theta secant theta. Now we know that secant theta is reciprocal of cos theta. So 2 cos theta into secant theta is just 2, right? And on the right hand side we get 4. So that means cos square theta plus secant square theta comes out to be just 2. Now again squaring both sides. When we square both sides again, we get cos theta power 4 plus secant theta power 4 plus 2 cos square theta into secant square theta. So now again this 2 cos square theta into secant square theta will become 2, and this is equal to 4. So finally students, we get cos theta power 4 plus secant theta power 4 equal to 2, or I can say cos theta power 4 plus secant theta power 4 minus 2 is equal to 0. So that means C option is the correct one. Now this is one way. Or second method which you can adopt to solve this question is, you can solve the equation cos theta plus secant theta minus 2 equal to 0 to get the value of theta, because interval is already given to you. So we can write this as cos theta plus 1 upon cos theta minus 2 equal to 0, or cos square theta minus 2 cos theta plus 1 equal to 0 after taking the LCM. So this finally becomes cos theta minus 1 whole square equal to 0. This implies that cos theta is equal to 1. And if cos theta is equal to 1, then this means theta is how much? Theta is going to be 0. Fine, because interval is closed 0 to open pi by 2. So there is only one value of theta that will satisfy this equation. So now just put this theta equal to 0 in the given expression. So it becomes how much? It becomes cos 0 whole power 4, that is 1, plus secant 0 whole power 4, again 1, and minus 2. So finally this is 0. So we again reach at the same result. Answer is 0. So students, you can adopt any of the two ways depending upon your comfort level. Now we move to our next question. Now students, this is the question. If y equal to cos square x plus secant square x, where x is greater than or equal to 0 less than pi by 2, then which one of the following is correct? Basically, we have to find the interval for y. Now, if x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than pi by 2, then obviously cos square x and secant square x, both of these quantities will be positive real numbers, or we can say finite positive numbers. Now we know that whenever we are given positive numbers, suppose we are given two positive numbers a and b, then their arithmetic mean will always be greater than or equal to their geometric mean, right? This is called AMGM rule. I will be using this rule in this particular question. Now, according to this rule, cos square x plus secant square x whole divided by 2 will be greater than or equal to under root of cos square x into secant square x. Now we know that both cos and secant are reciprocals of each other. Therefore, cos square x into secant square x becomes 1 only. So from here we get cos square x plus secant square x greater than or equal to 2, which implies that y is greater than or equal to 2. So that means D option is the correct one. Now students, we move to the next problem. Now students, this question says if alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus alpha x plus beta equal to 0, where beta not equal to 0, then what is the value of alpha minus beta? Now we know that the sum of roots is given by minus the coefficient of x divided upon the coefficient of x square in the quadratic equation. So now I can write alpha plus beta equal to minus alpha, because alpha plus beta represents the sum, and if we use the formula of sum, it becomes minus alpha. Similarly, the product of the roots will be alpha beta equal to c upon a, where c represents the constant term and a represents the coefficient of x square. So it comes out to be beta. Now alpha beta minus beta becomes 0. If I take out beta common, and I know that beta is not equal to 0, so from here I conclude that alpha minus 1 equal to 0, or alpha is equal to 1. Now if alpha is 1, then just substitute the value of alpha in the very first equation, and that is 1 plus beta equal to minus 1. So beta comes out to be minus 2. Hence the value of alpha minus beta becomes 1 minus minus 2, which is finally 3. So students, B option is the correct one. Now this is the next problem. It says a shopkeeper marks the price of an article at rupees 200. After allowing a discount of 10%, he still gains 20% on the cost price. What is the cost price of the article? Now students, we know that discount is always given on the marked price. So that means selling price SP will be equal to marked price MP minus discount. right? Now in this case, mark price is given to be rupees 200. So 200 minus 10% of 200, that finally comes as 200 minus 20. Fine. So this becomes rupees 180. Now selling price is rupees 180, and we know that profit is always calculated on cost price. So let us assume the cost price of the article to be rupees X. Fine. So now he's saying he still gains 20% on the cost price. So that means X plus 20% of X will be equal to 180, because 180 is the selling price. So just do the basic calculations. You get 6x upon 5 equal to 180, or X is equal to 150. So that means 150 rupees is the cost price of the article. So hence C option is the correct one. Now we move to the next problem. Now this is the next problem. The question says a person borrowed rupees 9,000 at 7%, rupees 12,000 at 8%, and rupees 15,000 at 9% simple interest per annum. He had to pay rupees 50,700 at the end of n years. Then what is the value of n? Now students, this 50,700 is the total final amount that he has to pay at the end of n years. And he is investing the money at 3 different rates of interest. He is investing 9,000 at 7%, then 12,000 at 8%, and 15,000 at 9%. I think you must be aware about the formula of simple interest, that is P into R into T divided upon 100, where T is the number of years, R is the rate of interest per annum, and P is principal amount. And now since we are having 3 different principal amounts, so obviously 3 different simple interest we are going to get. So first simple interest that he repays 9,000 into 7 upon 100 into n. So let's do the calculations. It becomes 630 n. So similarly, the second simple interest that he has to pay is 12,000 into 8 upon 100 into n. Now this becomes 960 into n. And third simple interest SI3 that he has to pay is 15,000 into 9 upon 100 into n. So this becomes 1350 into n, right? Now 50,700 will be equal to the total principal amount that he has to pay, which is 9,000 plus 12,000 plus 15,000. That means it is 36,000 plus SI1 plus SI2 plus SI3, because these are the simple interests on 3 different principal amounts. So now this equation becomes 14,700. I have taken 36,000 onto the left hand side. So it becomes 14,700 equal to 630n plus 960n plus 1350 into n. So we can say 14,700 equal to, take out n common, it's simple linear equation. So it is 630 plus 960 plus 1350. So from here it becomes n equal to 14,700 divided upon, when we add these values 630, 960 and 1350, it becomes 2940. Now just divide up and down by 147. because this 294 is nothing but the double of 147. So the value becomes 100 upon 20, and the final answer comes out to be 5. So that means our C option is correct. He will have to pay the entire amount at the end of 5 years. Now we move to our next question. Now this is a nice problem. It says consider the following statements. The first statement is the sum of the cubes of 3 consecutive natural numbers is divisible by 9. And the second statement is every even power of every odd number greater than 1 when divided by 8 gives 1 as remainder. Now we have to check which of the above statements are correct. Now students, first statement can be proved easily by using Euclid's lemma, but it will involve many calculations. So to make it shorter, I am providing you with a different solution, and that's quite easy to understand. Let's start with the sum of cubes of 3 consecutive natural numbers. It can be written as n cube plus n plus 1 cube plus n plus 2 cube, where n is any natural number. Now when you simplify this, you'll be getting 3n cube, because n cube will come from all the 3 terms, and then 3n square plus 3n plus 1. I'm just opening these brackets by using identities. Plus 8 plus 6n into n plus 2. So let me collect all the terms. It becomes 3n cube plus 9n square plus 15n plus 9. Now 3 is straight away common. It becomes n cube plus 3n square plus 5n plus 3. Now students, what we can do is, we know that n into n plus 1 into n plus 2, since it is the product of 3 consecutive natural numbers, this will always be divisible by 3. Why? Because exactly one number out of them will be a multiple of 3. So when we just find its product, it comes out to be n cube plus 3n square plus 2n. So what I am doing here in this sum, I am creating this expression. I am writing s as 3 into, inside the bracket, n cube plus 3n square plus 2n plus 3n plus 3. That means I have broken 5n into 2n plus 3n. Now this expression can further be written as 3 times n into n plus 1 into n plus 2. Why? Because this part n cube plus 3n square plus 2n is nothing but n into n plus 1 into n plus 2 plus 3 times n plus 1. Now students, we are very close to the answer. Now you can see this n into n plus 1 into n plus 2, I have already told you, is a multiple of 3. That means it can be written as 3k. Fine, where k is any natural number. Plus 3 into n plus 1. Now this 3 into n plus 1 is obviously multiple of 3. So it can be written as 3q. So now just take out 3 common from here. It becomes, s becomes 9 times k plus q, where both k and q are natural numbers. So from here we can straight away declare that the first statement is correct, right? Now we move towards the second statement. Now second statement says every even power of every odd number greater than 1 when divided by 8 leaves remainder as 1. Now students, we can write this statement as 2n plus 1 whole power 2k, where both n and k are natural numbers. Now to solve this question, I will be using binomial theorem. So 2n plus 1 whole power 2k can be written as 2n plus 1 whole square whole power k. Now this 2n plus 1 whole square is nothing but 4n square plus 4n plus 1. That means 1 plus 4n square plus 4n whole power k. Now I'll be treating this 4n square plus 4n as a single term, and when I use binomial theorem, it becomes kc0 into 4n square plus 4n whole power 0 plus kc1 into 4n square plus 4n, and so on till kck 4n square plus 4n whole power k. Now students, this 4n square plus 4n is nothing but 4 into n plus 1. And we know that out of n and n plus 1, there will be exactly one even number. That means there will be one number which will be having 2 as a factor. So that means this 4n into n plus 1 can be written as a multiple of 8. Or I can write it as 8q, where q is a natural number. So that means now the expansion becomes 1 plus kc1 into 8q plus kc2 into 8q square whole square, and so on till kck into 8q power k. Now students, you can clearly notice, except the first term, all the terms are containing 8 as a factor. So that means this entire expression can be written as 8m plus 1, where m is a natural number. Why I'm saying natural number? Because this kc1, kc2 and so on up to kck, they are all natural numbers. So finally we have proved that whenever we divide this expression 2n plus 1 whole power 2k by 8, it will always leave the remainder as 1. Now students, at this point I would like to suggest you never try to solve this type of questions by putting the values of n. Some people may solve such kind of question by putting n as 1 or 2 or 3, and then they will say since it is being satisfied for the first 3 terms, then it's a correct statement. Actually, this is verification of 2-3 terms. It is not the general solution. So never go this way. This is the correct solution, correct general solution. Now we finally declare both statements to be correct. That means both statement 1 and 2 are correct. That means C is the correct option. Now we move to the next question. Now this is the next problem. The question says, what is the number of divisors of 1000 excluding 1 and 1000? Now students, this is a question belonging to the topic of permutations and combinations. If we write 1000 in terms of prime factors, it becomes 2 cube into 5 cube. And whenever we try to write any divisor of 1000, it will always be of the form 2 to the power p into 5 to the power q, where both p and q will always lie between 0 to 3. That means p and q can be either 0, 1, 2 or 3, and similarly q can be 0, 1, 2 or 3. So that means to form a divisor, we will have to select the values of p and q. Now we can select any number from these 4 for p in 4 ways, and at the same time we can make a selection for q in 4 ways. So that means there are total 16 such cases according to fundamental principle of counting. Fine. So that means there must be total 16 divisors for 1000. But the problem is that it is being mentioned we have to exclude 1 and 1000. Now students, when you put the value of p as 0 and q as 0, you get the divisor as 1, right? And when you put the value of p as 3 and q as 3, you get the divisor as 1000 itself. And now we have to exclude both of them. So that means our final answer will become 16 minus 2, which is 14. So hence C is the correct option. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is a simple question on quadratic equations. The question says if the sum of the roots of the equation x square minus k square x plus 30kx minus 161x minus 64 equal to 0 is 0, then what is the difference of the roots? Now, if we rewrite this equation as x square minus x, and in the bracket I am writing k square minus 30k plus 161, then outside the bracket it is minus 64 equal to 0. Now, since we are given the sum of the roots to be 0, that means minus b upon a will be equal to 0. Or I can say k square minus 30k plus 161 will be equal to 0. Now students, there is no need to solve this equation for k. Why? Because we are just concerned with the roots of the original equation. Now, since this value comes out to be 0, that means the original equation now becomes x square minus 64 equal to 0. So hence the roots are plus minus 8. And if the roots are plus minus 8, then obviously the difference of the roots is just 16. That means B option is the correct one. Now, if I just talk about this particular equation k square minus 30k plus 161 equal to 0, then there will be some real value of k which will definitely satisfy this. Why I'm saying real value of k? Because when you solve for its discriminant, it will come as positive. 900 minus 4 into 161, that will come as positive. So that means obviously there is going to be some real value of k that will make it 0. Fine. But there is no need to solve this equation for k. Just get the roots of the original equation and finally the difference of the roots. Now we move to our next question. Now this question says a piece of cloth costs rupees 10,000. If a 2 meter longer piece of the same cloth is purchased for the same amount, it would cost rupees 250 less per meter. Then what is the original length of the piece of cloth? Now let us assume that the original length of piece of cloth be x meter, right? Now according to the question, it is costing us 10,000 rupees. So that means the cost of cloth per meter in our first case or first situation, it is 10,000 divided upon x, right? Now he says if 2 meter longer piece of the same cloth is purchased for the same amount. So now cost of cloth per meter in new situation or in second case, it is going to be how much? It is going to be 10,000 divided upon x plus 2, right? Now as per the question, it says it would cost rupees 250 less per meter. So that means our equation is going to be 10,000 divided upon x minus 10,000 divided upon x plus 2 equal to 250. Why? Because the earlier price is 250 rupees more than the second price. Fine. Now we need to solve this equation and solve for the value of x. Now this becomes, when I divide the entire equation by 10,000, it becomes 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 2 equal to 250 upon 10,000. So it becomes 1 upon 40, right? So that means, so this is the equation, 1 upon x minus 1 upon x plus 2 equal to 1 upon 40. When we simplify this by taking the LCM, it becomes x plus 2 minus x whole divided upon x into x plus 2 equal to 1 upon 40. So now we get a quadratic x square plus 2x equal to 80, or x square plus 2x minus 80 equal to 0, right? So just factorize it by middle splitting. It will become x plus 10 into x minus 8 equal to 0, or obviously the value of x is going to be 8 meter, because this minus 10 will be rejected. The value of x cannot be negative. So that means the right answer is 8 meter, or the first option. Now we move to our next question. Now in this question it says, what is the condition that the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0 are in the ratio c is to 1. Now students, let us consider alpha and beta to be the roots of this equation. So that means alpha upon beta equal to c as per the question, or I can say alpha is equal to c into beta. Now we know that the sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, and product of the roots alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Fine. Now since alpha is equal to c beta, so if I put alpha as c beta over here, it becomes beta into c plus 1 equal to minus b upon a. Fine. So beta from here comes to be minus b upon a into c plus 1. Now students, we have p is equal to alpha beta equal to c upon a. Now alpha was what? Alpha was c beta. So this becomes c beta square equal to c upon a, or beta square equal to 1 upon a. So actually we have found the value of beta square. Now what you have to do, square this equation, get the value of beta square and equate with the value of beta square in this equation. Okay, so now it becomes b square upon a square into c plus 1 whole square equal to 1 upon a. Actually what we have done, we have eliminated beta from the equation number 1 and equation number 2 by substituting the value of beta obtained from 1 and putting it in the second equation. Now a will just cancel out, and finally the equation comes to be b square equal to a into c plus 1 whole square. So that means a option is the correct one. Now students, we move to the next question. Now this is the next problem. The question says two sides of a triangle forming a right angle are 6x square and 2x square minus 1. If the area of the triangle is 84 square units, then what is the perimeter of the triangle? Now let's consider this is a right triangle and the sides which are forming right angle are 6x square and 2x square minus 1. Let me name this triangle as ABC. Now area of triangle ABC will be what? It will be half AB into BC, half base into height. So this is half 6x square into 2x square minus 1, and this is given to us as 84, right? So that means if I do the calculations, I'll be getting 3x square into 2x square minus 1 equal to 84, or 2x4 minus x square equal to 28, right? So now we get equation as 2x4 minus x square minus 28 equal to 0. Let's put x square equal to t in this equation to make it a quadratic equation. So it becomes 2t square minus t minus 28 equal to 0. And when we do the middle splitting, product is minus 56. So it becomes 2t square minus 8t plus 7t minus 28 equal to 0. So this is 2t. Inside the bracket it is t minus 4 plus 7 into t minus 4 equal to 0. So students, the factors come out to be 2t plus 7 into t minus 4. Or from here we get t as minus 7 by 2, which is impossible because t is x square, it cannot be negative. And another value we are getting as t equal to 4, which is correct, right? So if t is equal to 4, it means x square is equal to 4. So x must be equal to plus minus 2, we can write, because it does not matter whether x is 2 or minus 2. It is not going to create any problem for us. Fine. So from here, now I can easily calculate these two sides. The sides AB and BC will become, AB will become 6 into 4, which is 24, and BC will become 2 into 4, 8 minus 1, which is 7. So now if I use Pythagoras theorem, then according to Pythagoras theorem, I can write AC square equal to AB square plus BC square, right? So as per this theorem, it becomes 24 square, which is 576, plus 7 square, which is 49. So finally this becomes 625. So that means we get the value of AC as 25. Now students, it's very easy to calculate the perimeter. So now the perimeter of the triangle becomes how much? Perimeter becomes 25 plus 24 plus 7 units. So this finally comes as 49 plus 7, which is 56 units, right? So that means C option is correct. Now we move to our next problem. Now the question says a train X takes 2 hours less than a train Y to cover a distance of 192 km between two cities. Their average speeds differ by 16 km per hour. How long does the faster train take to cover the journey? Now let us assume that the time taken by faster train, that is the train X, to cover the entire journey be X hours. Fine. So obviously the time taken by the slower train, that is the train Y, will be X plus 2 hours. Now since we are given the difference between their average speeds, so we'll be forming the equation in terms of speed only. And we know that speed is distance upon time. So the equation will be 192 divided upon X minus 192 divided upon X plus 2 equal to 60. Why have written this equation? Because 192 upon X represents the speed of the faster train, and 192 upon X plus 2 represents the speed of the slower train. Now if we divide the entire equation by 192, it becomes 1 upon X minus 1 upon X plus 2 equal to 16 upon 192. And this is 1 upon 12. Now just simplify this equation by taking the LCM on the left hand side. It becomes X plus 2 minus X upon X into X plus 2 equal to 1 upon 12. So this becomes X square plus 2X equal to 24. Or we get X square plus 2X minus 24 equal to 0. So the factors are x plus 6 into x minus 4 equal to 0, right? So the value of x is minus 6 or 4. Obviously minus 6 is not possible, so it will be rejected. So hence the time taken by the faster train to cover the entire journey is 4 hours. So hence B option is correct. Now students, this is a very simple problem based on the complementary angle relations of trigonometric ratios. The question says, what is the value of following 2 sin 68 degree upon cos 22 degree minus 2 cot 15 degree upon 5 tan 75 degree minus 3 tan 20 degree into tan 40 degree into tan 45 degree into tan 50 degree into tan 70 degree whole divided upon 5. Now we know that sine 68 degree can be written as sine 90 minus 22 degree, and according to the formula sine 90 degree minus theta equal to cos theta, it can be written as cos 22 degree, right? Similarly, cot 15 degree can be written as cot 90 minus 75 degree, and according to the formula cot 90 degree minus theta equal to tan theta, this will become tan 75 degree. Now keep on replacing the values like this. Tan 70 degree can be written as tan 90 degree minus 20 degree, which becomes cot 20 degree, right? And similarly, tan 50 degree will become tan 90 degree minus 40 degree, which is nothing but cot 40 degree. Now we know that both tan theta and cot theta are reciprocals of each other. So that means tan 20 degree and tan 70 degree, when they get multiplied, it becomes tan 20 degree into cot 20 degree. So tan 20 degree into cot 20 degree is nothing but 1. Fine. Similarly, tan 40 degree into tan 50 degree is nothing but tan 40 degree into cot 40 degree. That is also 1. And we already know that the value of tan 45 degree is just 1. So that means the final expression becomes 2 into 1, because sine 68 degree and cos 22 degree will cancel each other, minus 2 into 1 upon 5, because cot 15 degree and tan 75 degree will cancel each other, and minus just 3 upon 5, because I have already told you the numerator of the third term becomes just 3. So it becomes 2 minus 2 upon 5 minus 3 upon 5, or this is just 2 minus 1, and finally the answer is 1. So hence C option is the correct one. Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is a nice question. The question says the perpendicular dropped from a vertex of a right angled triangle upon the hypotenuse divides it into two segments of length 9 units and 16 units respectively. What is the length of the perpendicular? Now let us make a right triangle, right angled at B. This is the triangle ABC, and from B I am dropping a perpendicular of length P such that it intersects hypotenuse at point D. Now according to the question, CD will be 9 and AD will be 16. First of all, let's take this angle as theta. Fine. If this is theta, then this particular angle, that is angle ABD, will be 90 degree minus theta. And since angle ABC was 90, so will be getting angle DBC as theta again, right? Now students, I'll be using trigonometry in this question. If I consider triangle ADB, then I can write the value of tan theta as P upon 16. And if I consider triangle BCD, then I can write the value of tan theta as 9 upon P, right? So these two values of tan theta must be equal. That means P upon 16 will be equal to 9 upon P, or we get P square equal to 16 into 9 or 144. So value of P comes out to be just 12 units. So hence D option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, the question says if 43 power x into 47 power y is equal to 2021 whole square, where both x and y are non-zero, then what is the value of the following? Expression is 4xy plus x plus y upon 2xy minus x minus y. So basically we have to get the values of x and y in this question. Now we know that 43 and 47 both are prime numbers. Secondly, if you factorize 2021, it becomes 43 into 47. So that means 43 power x into 47 power y can be written as 43 into 47 whole square, right? So it becomes 43 square into 47 square. Now, just by comparing both sides, we can say the value of x has to be 2 and the value of y has to be 2, because there is no other option. So that means the value of the given expression will now become 4 into 2 into 2 plus 2 plus 2 divided upon 2 into 2 into 2 minus 2 minus 2. So it becomes 16 plus 4, which is 20 in the numerator, and in the denominator it becomes 8 minus 4, which is 4. That means finally we get 5 as the answer. So hence A option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is an interesting problem based on a simple concept. The question says let ABCD be positive integers. If 1 upon A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D is equal to 17 upon 60, then what is the product of ABCD? Now when we look at this problem, we can clearly see that the quantity 1 upon B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D will be a fraction lying between 0 to 1. Similarly, I can say the quantity 1 upon C plus 1 upon D will also be a fraction lying between 0 to 1. So now in order to solve this question, what we do, we take the reciprocal of the terms on both the sides. So we get A plus 1 upon B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D equal to 60 upon 17. When I divide 60 by 17, I get 3 plus 9 upon 17, right? Now students, if we compare both sides, we can clearly say A is equal to 3 and 1 upon B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D will be equal to 9 upon 17. So that means B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D will come out to be 17 upon 9. Now repeat the same process for this particular term. B plus 1 upon C plus 1 upon D can be written as 17 upon 9, which is further 1 plus 8 upon 9, right? So now I can declare B as 1 and C plus 1 upon D equal to 9 upon 8, right? I am just comparing integral part and the fractional part on both the sides. So now 9 upon 8 can further be written as 1 plus 1 upon 8. Fine. So now if we make the comparison, we get C equal to 1 and D equal to 8. So now students, finding the product is very easy. The value of A, B, C, D comes out to be 3 into 1 into 1 into 8. So it is nothing but 24. So our first option is the correct one. Now we move to next problem. Now students, this is again a nice problem. The question says if x square equal to 17x plus y and y square equal to x plus 17y, where x is not equal to y, then what is the value of under root of x square plus y square plus 1? Now to solve this question, just note the similarity in these two terms. What do? We write x square equal to 17x plus y, and below it I am writing y square equal to x plus 17y. Now I just subtract equation number 2 from equation number 1. So what do I get? I will be getting x square minus y square equal to 16x minus 16y, right? That becomes x square minus y square equal to 16 common, and inside the bracket it is x minus y. We are given that x is not equal to y, so that means I can easily cancel out x minus y on both the sides, because x square minus y square can be written as x plus y into x minus y. Fine. So when we cancel x minus y on both the sides, we will be getting x plus y equal to 16. Now students, I have got the value of x plus y. If I want to find this expression under root of x square plus y square plus 1, then x square plus y square can be written as x plus y whole square minus 2xy. But the problem is that I know the value of x plus y, but I do not know the value of x into y. Fine. So to avoid this situation, what I do, I again now add these two equations. Earlier we subtracted them, and now we add both of them. Upon adding, what do we get? We get x square plus y square equal to 18x plus 18y, which comes out to be 18 into x plus y. Now straight away we are going to get the value of x square plus y square without knowing the value of xy. Fine. There is no requirement of the value of xy. Now just substitute the value of x plus y which you have obtained earlier into this equation. So from here we'll be getting x square plus y square equal to 18 into 16. So when you multiply it, it becomes 288. So that means the value of under root of x square plus y square plus 1 will come out to be under root of 289, that is nothing but 17. So that means A option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is the next problem. The question says what is the least value of n if 194480 plus n is equal to m to the power 4, where m and n are natural numbers. Now it's very much clear from the question that the quantity 194480 plus n is a perfect fourth power. That means it is the fourth power of a natural number. So it also conveys that 194480 plus n will also be a perfect square. Now first of all, let's find the square root of this quantity 194480. I hope you must be knowing how to find the square roots. Now this is 4 into 4, 16. 3, 44 comes down. This is 84 into 4. This is 336. 80 comes down. 88. It will go only by 0. So that means now we are left with 880 as a remainder. So now it means that if I subtract 880 from this number 194480, then the quantity obtained 193600 will be a perfect square, and it will be the square of 440 only, right? Now students, the number which is a perfect square and that is just next to 193600 will be obviously 441's square. And you can clearly notice that 441 in itself is a perfect square. That is the square of 21. So this is 21 to the power 4. So this is the desired number according to our given condition, right? That means if I find 441's square and subtract 194480 from that number, obviously I will be getting the value of n. So now let's do the calculations. First of all, find 441 square. So this quantity comes as 194481. Now students, 194481 comes out to be 21 power 4. So if I just subtract 194480 from it, then the difference comes out to be 1. So that means the value that I need to add to 194480 to make it a perfect fourth power, and it is going to be the smallest such value, then that is n equal to 1, right? So this was a nice question. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is the next problem. The question says if x minus y whole divided upon x into root y plus y into root x is equal to 1 upon root x, where both x and y are positive real numbers, then what is the value of x upon y? Now students, this is a nice problem on algebra. First of all, let's cross multiply. We'll be getting x root x minus y root x equal to x into root y plus y root x. So now take this term onto the left hand side. It will become x root x minus x root y equal to, and take this term onto the right hand side, it will become 2y root x. So now take out x common, it will become x into inside the bracket root x minus root y equal to 2y root x. Now it's given to us that x is a positive number, so I can cancel out square root of x on both the sides to give us a root x into root x minus root y equal to 2y. Fine. Now it becomes x minus under root of xy equal to 2y. Now this is the important step. We'll be dividing the entire equation by y, because y is given to us as a positive number. So there is no such problem that y will be 0. So we can easily divide by y on both the sides. It will become x upon y minus square root of x upon y equal to 2. Now students, since I want to get the value of x upon y, so now if I substitute under root of x upon y as t in this equation, I'll be getting a quadratic equation in terms of t. So it will be t square minus t minus 2 is equal to 0. If I factorize it, the factors are t minus 2 into t plus 1 equal to 0. So the values of t comes out to be 2 or minus 1. Now since t was square root of x upon y, it cannot be negative. So this minus 1 will be rejected. So hence the value of t is 2. If t is 2, it means that square root of x by y is equal to 2. Or if I square both sides, then x upon y comes out to be 4. So that means C option is the correct one. Now we move to next problem. Now this is the next problem. The question says, what is the area of the region enclosed by three identical circles, each of radius 4 cm, touching each other? Now students, let's take three circles that are touching each other externally. I am considering the centers of these three circles to be C1, C2, C3. Now we know one thing, whenever two circles touch each other externally, then their point of contact and their centers are always collinear. So according to this theorem, I can say the length of line C1, C2 will be 8 units. Similarly, the length of the line C1, C3 will also be 8 units. And similarly, the length of the line C2, C3 will also be 8 units. That means I can conclude that triangle C1, C2, C3 is equilateral. Now, according to the question, we have to calculate the area of this shaded portion. Now, to find the area of this shaded portion, first of all, we'll have to calculate the area of triangle C1, C2, C3, and then we will be subtracting 3 times the area of one of these sectors. You can clearly notice if I take this point as A and this point as B, then I'm talking about the sector C2AB. Fine. Now since in each of these circles, these three angles are same, as well as the radius of all the three circles is same. So hence the area of these three sectors will also be same. So I'm just considering one of them and I will subtract thrice of it from the area of the triangle C1, C2, C3. So now the area of this sector will become 60 degree upon 360 degree into pi r square. I'm just using the formula theta upon 360 degree into pi r square. Now radius is 4. And we know that the area of equilateral triangle is nothing but root 3 by 4 a square, where a represents its side. So now students, just do the calculations and you will get the answer. This comes out to be 16 root 3 minus 8 pi square centimeter. So that means C option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is an interesting problem. The question says a car travels from A to B at a speed of 40 km per hour, travels back from B to A at a speed of 30 km per hour, and again goes from A to B at a speed of 60 km per hour. What is the average speed of the car? Now, average speed is defined as total distance covered divided upon total time taken, right? Now, first of all, let's consider that the distance between A to B is suppose x kilometer. Now that means total distance will become 3x because the car is going from A to B, then coming back to A from B, and then again going from A to B. So it is 3x. Now, according to the formula, it will become 3x divided upon the time taken during the first journey, that is from A to B. It is going to be x divided upon 40 because time is nothing but distance upon speed. Then time taken during the second journey B to A, it will become x upon 30. And lastly, it is going to become x upon 60. So now just do the calculations and you will get the answer. X will come common from the denominator and cancel with the x in the numerator. So it will become 3 upon 1 upon 40 plus 1 upon 30 plus 1 upon 60. If I take the LCM in the denominator, it becomes 120 as LCM. and here I will write 3 plus 4 plus 2. So now this becomes 3 into 120 divided upon 9, or we get the final answer as 40 kilometer per hour. Right? Now C is the right option. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is a simple problem. The question says, what is the smallest natural number from the following which must be subtracted from 9410 to make the remaining number a perfect square? Now this question involves a direct method. First of all, let's find the square root of the number 9410. It will be 9 9s are 81. 10 will come down. Now this is 18. It will go by 7 to give us 1309. So remainder comes out to be 1. Now it clearly suggests if we subtract 1 from this number 9410, then the number obtained 9409 will be a perfect square and it will be the square of 97. So clearly D is the right option. Now we move towards the next problem. Now students, this is a nice question. The question says, what is the ratio of interior angle to exterior angle of a regular polygon of n sides? Now by the term regular polygon, we mean that it is going to be a polygon all of whose sides will be equal to each other, as well as all of its angles will also be equal to each other. Now I'm just making 3 of its sides, suppose like this. Now it is talking about interior angle and exterior angle. Now exterior angle is formed when we produce any of its sides. Now this is going to be exterior angle. I'm calling it phi, and this is going to be interior angle. Now we know that for polygon of n sides, the sum of all the angles, all the interior angles is going to be n minus 2 into 180 degree. So that means each interior angle, since all the interior angles are equal, so the measurement of each interior angle will come out to be n minus 2 into 180 degree divided by n. When we simplify this, we get 180 degree minus 360 degree by n. Fine. So this is the value of theta. So now we can find phi, which is going to be exterior angle. That will be 180 degree minus theta. So obviously it is going to be 360 degree by n. Fine, because both were forming linear pair. So now we have to calculate their ratios, interior angle upon exterior angle. So it becomes n minus 2 into 180 degree by n divided by 360 degree by n. So it is going to be n minus 2 into 180 degree by n into n upon 360 degree. So just do the simple calculations, you'll be getting n minus 2 divided by 2. So that means C is the right answer. Now we move to the next problem. Now students, this is a problem based on binomial theorem. The question says 41 to the power 43 plus 43 to the power 43 is divisible by which of the following numbers? Now we know that 41 can be written as 42 minus 1. It is having power 43. Then plus 43 can be written as 42 plus 1. Again power is 43. Now let's expand both of them by using binomial theorem. The first term, I am calling it T1, that will become 43 C0 42 to the power 43 minus 43 C1 42 to the power 42 plus 43 C2 into 42 to the power 41 and so on till minus 43 C43 into 42 to the power 0. Similarly, the second term can be written as 43 C0 into 42 to the power 43 plus 43 C1 into 42 to the power 42 plus 43 C2 into 42 2 to the power 41 and so on till 43 C43 into 40 to the power 0. Now when we add both of them, it's very much clear that the terms like 43C1 into 42 to the power 42, then 43C3 into 42 to the power 40, such kind of terms will get cancelled. That means the terms having the suffixes of the binomial coefficients as odd numbers. Right? So finally, what do we get? We get 2 times 43C0 into 42 to the power 43 plus 43C2 into 42 to the power 41 and so on till 43C42 into 42 to the power 1. Right? Now students, you can clearly notice that all the terms in the bracket are having 42 as a factor. So that means if I take out 42 common from it, I will be getting outside 84 because 2 into 42 is 84. And inside the bracket, I am going to get just a natural number because all the binomial coefficients are natural numbers. So that means the final result I can say is of the form 84 into m, where m is a natural number. So hence, this quantity will be divisible by 84. So B option is the correct one. Now students, this is a nice problem. It's a question based on the concept of surds. The question is, if x equal to 7 plus 4 root 3, then what is the value of root x plus 1 upon root x? Now, basically we have to find square root of x. Now x is given to us as 7 plus 4 root 3. So we rewrite 7 plus 4 root 3 as 7 plus 2 into 2 into root 3. And 7 can be written as 2 square plus root 3 whole square. Right? So now you can clearly see it takes the shape of a identity. A square plus b square plus 2ab. So that means I can write 7 plus 4 root 3 as 2 plus root 3 whole square. Fine. So that means square root of x will now be just 2 plus root 3. And now we can easily calculate the value of square root of x plus 1 upon square root of x. That will come as 2 plus root 3 plus 1 upon 2 plus root 3. Now this part 1 upon 2 plus root 3 we can rationalize by multiplying it up and down by 2 minus root 3. So now finally it becomes 2 plus root 3 plus this quantity, second term, will become only 2 minus root 3. Why only 2 minus root 3? Because in denominator 2 plus root 3 into 2 minus root 3 will become 4 minus 3. Because we will be applying the identity a plus b into a minus b, and that is a square minus b square. So 4 minus 3 is just 1. So the final answer comes as only 4. So hence D option is the correct one. Now we move to the next problem. Now students, this is a very easy problem. The question says 4 to the power 61 plus 4 to the power 62 plus 4 to the power 63 plus 4 to the power 64 is divisible by which of the following numbers? Now in this question, 4 to the power 61 plus 4 to the power 62 plus 4 to the power 63 plus 4 to the power 64 can be written as 4 to the power 61 common. Inside the bracket, we can write 1 plus 4 plus 4 square, which is 16, plus 4 cube, which is 64. So it becomes 4 to the power 61 into 64 plus 20, 84 plus 1, 85. So now clearly we know that 85 has one of the factors as 17. That means it becomes 4 to the power 61 into 17 into 5. So this is clearly divisible by 17. Hence D option is the correct one. Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is also a nice problem. The question says, suppose P and Q are the LCM and HCF of two positive numbers. If P is to Q equal to 14 is to 1 and PQ equal to 1134, then what is the difference between two numbers? Now, we are given the ratio of LCM and HCF of two positive numbers as P by Q equal to 14. Let's call this equation as equation number 1. And second equation is PQ equal to 1134. If I just multiply these two equations, I will get the value of P square, and that will come as 14 into 1134. Let's find the prime factors of the number on the right hand side of this equation. That will be 7 into 2 into 4 times 3 into 7 into 2. So that means from here I conclude that P is going to be 3 into 3 into 7 into 2. So since P upon Q equal to 14, that means Q is going to be P upon 14. That will come as 3 into 3. Right? Now students, Q represents the HCF or highest common factor of these two numbers. So that means this value 3 into 3 must be present as a factor in both the numbers. So from these two values we conclude that numbers are either 3, 3, 3, 3 into 7 into 2. That means 9 and 126. This is one option. Or the second possibility can be the numbers are 3 into 3 into 7, and the second number can be 3 into 3 into 2. Why? Because 3 into 3 has to be present in both the numbers because it's highest common factor HCF. And since the LCM is 3 into 3 into 7 into 2, so that means either number, or I can say exactly one number must contain 7 and the other number must contain 2. Right? 7 cannot be contained by both the numbers. Similarly, 2 cannot be contained by both the numbers. So if one number contains 7, another has to have 2 as a factor. So that means the numbers now become 63 and 18. Now, if we find their difference, it comes out to be 45. If we find their difference, it comes out to be 170. So that means since there is lack of information in the question, nothing more is given to us about these numbers. So we'll have to take at D option. Cannot be determined due to insufficient data. So now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is again a simple problem. It involves the direct use of identities, algebraic identities. The question says, what is the value of the following? 5.4 whole cube minus 0.064 whole divided upon 5.4 whole square plus 2.16 plus 0.16. Now we can write numerator as 5.4 whole cube minus 0.4 whole cube. Why? Because 0.064 is nothing but 0.4 whole cube. Now what I am going to do, I will be applying a cube minus b cube identity in the numerator, and let us see what happens. We know that a cube minus b cube is nothing but a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab. So this will come as 5.4 minus 0.4 into, inside the bracket it is going to become 5.4 square plus 5.4 into 0.4 plus 0.4 whole square, which actually becomes 0.16. Right? And students, you can clearly see in the denominator we are having what? We are having 5.4 whole square plus 2.16 plus 0.16. Now this quantity 5.4 into 0.4. When you multiply both of them, you will be getting 2.16 only. And you can see that this second term in the bracket is just same as the denominator. So that means both of these will cancel with each other to give us just 5.4 minus 0.4. So the final answer is just 5. Hence C option is the correct one. Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is a nice problem on speed time distance concept. The question says a man walks at an average speed of 3 km per hour from his residence and reaches office 40 minutes early. If he walks at an average speed of 2 km per hour, he reaches 40 minutes late. What is the distance between his residence and office? So first of all, let us assume the distance between his residence and office to be x kilometer, right? Now, according to the question, the time difference between two situations is exactly 80 minutes. Why I'm saying 80 minutes? Because in the first situation, he is reaching 40 minutes earlier than the scheduled time. And in the second situation, he is late by 40 minutes in comparison to the scheduled time. So that means the difference between these two times is 80 minutes, or we can also say it is 80 upon 60 hours, or just 4 by 3 hours. Now students, to form an equation, we will have to convert the time in terms of hours. Why? Because speed is given to us in kilometer per hour and distance is obviously going to come in kilometers. So we'll have to adjust time in hours. Fine. Now let us form the equation. Since we are having time difference, so we'll be forming the equation in terms of time. And we know that time is distance upon speed. So I will write x by 2. Why x by 2? Because x by 2 is more than x by 3. So x by 2 minus x by 3 equal to 80 upon 60, or just 4 by 3. Fine. Now just do the calculations. Take the LCM. This becomes 3x minus 2x divided by 6 equal to 4 by 3. Or from here we just get x equal to 8 kilometers. So that means the distance between his residence and office is just 8 kilometers. Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is an interesting problem involving the rationalization of surds. We have to evaluate this expression. Now there can be two ways to solve this particular question. One is to rationalize the denominators of all the terms and then add them up. And the second way is we can form the general term of this expression, as we are noticing a particular pattern in all the terms. Like this is 5, 4, 6, 5, 7, 6 and so on. So if I write a general term of expression like Tn equal to 1 upon n plus 1 into root n plus n into under root of n plus 1, then I can say this entire expression is nothing but the summation of Tn from n varying between 4 to 8. You can clearly notice the value of n is 4, then it is 5, then it is 6, then it is 7, and finally it is 8. Now this will make the calculations easier, because a question may come when there are 1000 terms like this, and if you keep on rationalizing all the terms, it becomes almost impossible to solve such a question. Fine. So that's why I'm telling you a short technique through which you can even calculate the sum of the sequence like this, where you are having many number of terms. Now we will be simplifying or rationalizing this Tn. So it will be n plus 1 into square root of n minus n into square root of n plus 1. The process to rationalize it is same as we do in the case of surds. And then we'll be dividing by this value. n plus 1 into under root n minus n into under root n plus 1. So this becomes n plus 1 into root n minus n into under root of n plus 1. And in the denominator, we get n plus 1 whole square into n minus n square into n plus 1. What I have done, I have applied the identity a square minus b square in the denominator. So now this becomes n plus 1 into root n minus n into under root of n plus 1. And in the denominator, what you can do, you can take out n into n plus 1 common. So in the bracket, you will be getting n plus 1 minus n, right? Now this becomes n plus 1 into root n minus n into under root of n plus 1 divided upon n into n plus 1 only. Fine. Now students, if you separate the terms in the numerator, what you will be getting? You will be getting Tn as nothing but n plus 1 into root n divided by n into n plus 1. So n plus 1 will get cancelled out and we will be having just 1 upon root n. Then minus n into under root of n plus 1 divided upon n into n plus 1. So n will get cancelled and we'll be having 1 upon under root of n plus 1. So that means this expression is just of this form, 1 upon root n minus 1 upon under root of n plus 1, where the values of n are varying between 4 to 8. Fine. So now the value of s becomes nothing but 1 upon square root of 4 minus 1 upon square root of 5 plus 1 upon square root of 5 minus 1 upon square root of 6 plus 1 upon root 6 minus 1 upon root 7 plus 1 upon root 7 minus 1 upon root 8 plus 1 upon root 8 and minus 1 upon root 9. So finally, I can say all the terms that are coming between 1 by root 4 and 1 by root 9, they will get cancelled. And we will be just left with s equal to 1 upon root 4, which is half, minus 1 upon root 9, which is 1 upon 3. And this is finally 1 upon 6. So that means D option is the correct one. Now, this was an interesting problem on the concept of rationalization. In the case when you have many terms in such an expression, then I would suggest you to follow this particular method. If there are 3 or 4 terms or 2 terms, you can even rationalize them separately and add them up. Now we move to the next question. Now this is an easy problem. It says if x equal to 9999, then what is the value of the following? Expression is 4x cube minus x whole divided upon 2x plus 1 inside the bracket into 6x minus 3 again in the bracket. Now what you have to do, we have to first of all simplify the given expression. So 4x cube minus x, I can take out x common. Inside the bracket, I will be getting 4x square minus 1. And you know that 4x square minus 1 can further be written as 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1 by the identity a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Now, similarly, in the denominator, we can take out 3 common from 6x minus 3. So now we'll be having 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1 in the denominator. So this entire expression 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1 will cancel out and we'll be getting only x by 3. And we were given that x was 9999. So it is just 9999 divided upon 3, which is 3333. 4 times, that is 3333. So that means C option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is a nice question. The question says if x plus square root of 1 plus x square inside the bracket into y plus square root of 1 plus y square inside the bracket equal to 1, where both x and y are real numbers, then what is the value of x plus y whole square? Now, many students may try to solve such kind of question by putting the values of x and y randomly and using hit and trial. That is not the correct way to solve such kind of questions. You should always provide a proper solution for a question. Now, this particular question can be solved in two ways. Either you can solve it by using algebraic method, or you can even solve it by using trigonometry. But for a MCQ, the algebraic method is little simpler. So that's why I'm explaining it. Or otherwise, I will give you a hint of trigonometric method. You can also try, but that will be little lengthier. Now, when we try to solve this question by using algebra, what we have to do, we can write this as x plus square root of 1 plus x square equal to 1 upon y plus square root of 1 plus y square. Now, let us rationalize the term on the right hand side of this equation. So, we'll be multiplying up and down by square root of 1 plus y square minus y. It becomes square root of 1 plus y square minus y divided upon 1 plus y square minus y square. I have applied identity of a square minus b square in the denominator. So now it becomes square root of 1 plus y square minus y. So that means we get x plus y equal to square root of 1 plus y square minus square root of 1 plus x square. Right? Now this is our equation number 1. Now what do? We simplify this equation further by rationalizing the term on the right hand side. That means we'll be multiplying the term on the right hand side up and down by its conjugate. And conjugate is going to be square root of 1 plus y square plus square root of 1 plus x square. So again we'll be applying the identity a square minus b square in the numerator. We'll be getting 1 plus y square minus 1 plus x square inside the bracket divided upon square root of 1 plus y square plus square root of 1 plus x square. So that means now it becomes y square minus x square divided upon square root of 1 plus x square plus square root of 1 plus y square. Right? Now we solve it further. Now what we have to do, we have to take the term on the right hand side of the equation to the left hand side and take out x plus y common from it. So we'll be getting x plus y into inside the bracket, it is going to be 1 plus x minus y divided upon square root of 1 plus x square plus square root of 1 plus y square. Close the bracket, equal to 0. Now from this equation we conclude either x plus y is equal to 0 or x minus y upon square root of 1 plus x square plus square root of 1 plus y square is equal to minus 1. So that means from here we'll be getting square root of 1 plus x square plus square root of 1 plus y square equal to y minus x. Fine. So this is our equation number 2. Now students, our equation number 1 was square root of 1 plus y square minus square root of 1 plus x square equal to x plus y. So now if we add both of these equations, then what do we get? We'll be getting twice square root of 1 plus y square equal to 2y. Or if I square both sides, I will be getting 1 plus y square equal to y square or 1 equal to 0. It's obvious that it is not possible, right? So that means this particular case comes out to be false. This is not possible. And if it is not possible, then we are just left with one option, and that is x plus y is equal to 0. So that means x plus y whole square is equal to 0. So hence A option is the correct one. Now students, this is one way to solve this question. If you want to try it by using trigonometry, then you can solve it by trigonometry also. But in that case, I'm giving you a hint. You will have to put x as tan theta and y as tan phi, where theta and phi are obviously going to be real angles. And why we are doing this substitution? Because there is a term square root of 1 plus x square and square root of 1 plus y square also. So those terms will take the shape of secant theta and secant phi. In fact, in that case, you will have to put square root of 1 plus x square as mod of secant theta. Be careful about this modulus sign. Why I'm putting modulus? Because it may happen that if x is negative, means theta is not going to be acute angle, right? So there is possibility that if theta is not acute, then the value of secant theta comes out to be negative. But square root of 1 plus x square can never be negative. So to make it positive, we'll have to attach modulus sign to it. Be careful about this. So it will become mod of secant theta. Similarly, square root of 1 plus y square will become mod of secant phi. And after that, you can remove the modulus sign by attaching plus minus, and then you can solve those equations. Ultimately, you'll be getting the same answer. But since that method was little lengthier, so I have avoided it. To solve MCQ, you can use this particular way. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is a quite simple question. The question says 27 to the power 5 plus 3 to the power 13 is divisible by which of the following numbers? Now we know that 27 can be written as 3 cube. So it is 3 cube to the power 5 plus 3 to the power 13. Now this becomes 3 to the power 15 plus 3 to the power 13. Or if I take out 3 to the power 13 common, inside the bracket I will be getting 3 square plus 1. So that means it is nothing but 10 into 3 to the power 13. So obviously this expression is divisible by 10. Right? Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is a nice question. Question says let p is equal to 2 to the power 2n plus 2 then plus m, and q equal to 2 to the power 4n then minus m, where n is even natural number. What should be the least value of m such that p as well as q is divisible by 5? Now we need to make both p and q multiples of 5. Right? This is p and this is q. In order to solve this question, you need to understand the powers of 2. 2 to the power 1 is 2, 2 to the power 2 is 4, 2 cube is 8, 2 to the power 4 is 16, 2 to the power 5 is 32, 2 to the power 6 is 64, 2 to the power 7 is 128, and 2 to the power 8 is 256. Now students, what is special about these powers is the last digit of all of these powers is either 2, 4, 8 or 6. And the cycle of 2, 4, 8 and 6 keeps on repeating itself. Right? Now similarly, when I write 2 to the power 9, it is 512. So 2 again comes. Now what will be the last digit of the power of 2? That actually depends on that power. When you divide that power by 4, if the remainder is 1, notice my point, if the remainder is 1, then the last digit will be 2. If remainder is 2, then the last digit will be 4. If remainder is 3, then last digit will be 8. And if the remainder is 0, then the last digit will be 6. Now we are going to use this concept in order to solve this problem. Now it's mentioned that n is a even natural number and p is 2 to the power 2n plus 2 plus m. So what can be the possible values of p? If I put n as 2 suppose, then it will be 2 to the power 6 plus m. Similarly, if I put n as 4 suppose, it becomes 2 to the power 10 plus m. Now this power when divided by 4 gives us remainder 2. When we divide this power again, it gives us remainder 2. Similarly, when I put n as 6, it becomes 2 to the power 14. Again, it gives us remainder 2. That means the last digit of all of these powers is going to be 4. And I have to add m to it so that it becomes divisible by 5. Then obviously the value of m has to be 1. It is the smallest value of m that will make this number divisible by 5. Why I'm saying smallest value? Because if the last digit of 2 to the power 6 is 4, then you can also add 6 to it in order to make it divisible by 5. Because a number which has the last digit as 0 or 5, that is divisible by 5. But since we have to make the value of m to be smallest, so that is m equal to 1 only. Now similarly, we will discuss the case of q. Q is 2 to the power 4n minus m. Here we have to subtract m. Now if I put n as 2, it becomes 2 to the power 8 minus m. Then if I put n as 4, it becomes 2 to the power 16 minus m. If I put n as suppose 6, it becomes 2 to the power 24 minus m. Now all of these powers of 2 are divisible by 4. So that means the last digit in all of these cases is going to be 6. They are all falling in this particular category. So that means from 6 I need to again subtract 1 in order to make these numbers divisible by 5. Fine. So this is the common value of m that is smallest and that is making both p and q divisible by 5. So hence B option is the correct. Now this was a nice question. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is a simple problem. The question says if squaring a positive real number x is the same as adding 12, then what is x equal to? Now according to the question, the equation is x square equal to x plus 12. So it means x square minus x minus 12 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 into x plus 3 equal to 0. So the value of x comes as 4 or minus 3. But since x is given to be a positive real number, therefore the value of x will be 4 only. Minus 3 will be rejected. So hence C option is the correct one. Now we move to the next question. Now students, this is another problem on surds. The question says what is the value of 1 upon 1 plus root 2 plus 1 upon root 2 plus root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 plus root 4 and so on up to 1 upon under root of 2020 plus under root of 2021. Now to solve this question, there are two ways. Either you rationalize all of these terms and then add them, or the second way is we will be defining the general term of this series and then we'll be rationalizing it and finding the sum. Now I can define the general term of this series as 1 upon under root of n plus under root of n plus 1, because when I put n as 1, the first term comes out to be 1 upon 1 plus under root of 2. Similarly, when I put n as 2020, then the last term or the 2020th term comes out to be 1 upon under root 2020 plus under root of 2021. Now if we rationalize this quantity, we get square root of n plus 1 minus square root of n divided upon square root of n plus 1 minus square root of n. So finally it becomes square root of n plus 1 minus square root of n divided upon, apply the identity a square minus b square and you will be getting n plus 1 minus n. So this is just square root of n plus 1 minus square root of n, right? Now students, we have to find the sum of this series, and I can write this sum as summation Tn n varying from 1 to 2020. Clear? So that means this is now going to become, when I put n as 1 over here, the first term becomes root 2 minus root 1. Then we have under root of 3 minus under root of 2. Then under root of 4 minus under root of 3, and so on till square root of 2021 minus square root of 2020. Now clearly you can see terms like square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 4, all of them will cancel out, and similarly this square root of 2020 will cancel out, and we will be just left with square root of 2021 minus 1. So hence D option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now this is the next question. It says if x plus 1 upon x equal to 5 upon 2, then what is the value of the following expression? And it is 5x divided upon 7x square minus 3x plus 7. We have to find the value of this expression. Now we can clearly notice that if we divide this expression up and down by x, we'll be getting 5 divided upon 7x plus 7 upon x minus 3, right? And since we are already given the value of x plus 1 by x, so what we'll be doing? We'll be writing it as 5 upon 7 into inside the bracket x plus 1 by x, then minus 3, right? Now x plus 1 by x is 5 by 2, so just substitute this value over here. It becomes 5 divided upon 7 into 5 by 2 minus 3. Now just do the calculations and finally we get the answer. This is 5 upon 35 upon 2 minus 3. If I take the LCM, now it becomes 10 upon 35 minus 6. So this is nothing but 10 upon 29. So hence D option is the correct. Now we move to the next problem. Now students, this is again a simple problem. The question says if a plus b equal to 2, 1 upon a plus 1 upon b equal to 2, then what is the value of a cube plus b cube? Now first of all, let's write the formula for a cube plus b cube. It's a plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b, right? And we are given that a plus b is equal to 2. And we are also given that 1 upon a plus 1 upon b is equal to 2. So if I take the LCM of this expression, I will be getting a plus b upon ab equal to 2. Put the value of a plus b over here. So you will be getting ab equal to 1. So now substitute these values of a plus b and ab in this particular expression. So a cube plus b cube becomes 2 cube, which is 8, minus 3 into 1 into 2. So it becomes 8 minus 6 or equal to 2. So that means a cube plus b cube is equal to 2. Hence A option is correct. Now we move to the next question. Now this question says 8 men or 12 women can do a piece of work in 24 days. In how many days can the work be done by 8 men and 12 women? Now in this particular question, what do? It is given to us that 8 men complete the work in 24 days, right? So that means 8 men's 1 day work will be how much? It will be 1 upon 24. Similarly, we are given that 12 women complete the work in 24 days because it was written like 8 men or 12 women. Fine. So if 12 women do this work, they will be completing it in 24 days. So that means 12 women's 1 day work will also be 1 upon 24. Now, if both of these groups collectively do the work, then we can write 8 men and 12 women's 1 day work will be 1 upon 24 plus 1 upon 24. That means 2 upon 24 or 1 by 12. Fine. So if 8 men and 12 women's 1 day work is 1 upon 12 and they are doing same amount of work every day. So that clearly means they will be completing the entire work in how many days? In 12 days. We have to just take the reciprocal of this. So answer is A option. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is a nice question. It says a car takes p minutes to travel a distance of 350 km with an average speed of u km per hour. Another car takes q minutes to travel the same distance with an average speed of v km per hour. If u minus v is equal to 5 and q minus p is equal to 140, then what is the value of u? Now the important point in this question is we are given distance in kilometers, speed in kilometer per hour, but the time is given to us in minutes. So first of all, we need to convert this time into hours. So now I am writing the equation for the first car. I am using distance is equal to speed into time. So time here is p upon 60 hours, speed is u, and distance is 350. So this is our first equation. Similarly, the second equation would be q upon 60 into v equal to 350. This is the second equation. Now we are given equations in terms of u and v and in terms of q and p. And our aim is to find the value of u. So first of all, let us eliminate q and p. I can easily find the value of q in terms of v, and similarly I can easily find the value of p in terms of u. So q will become 350 into 60 divided upon v, and p will become 350 into 60 divided upon u, right? Since we are given q minus p equal to 140, so it means 350 into 60, if I take out common and inside the bracket 1 by v minus 1 upon u, then this is going to be equal to 140. So that means I can write 1 upon v minus 1 upon u equal to 140 divided upon 350 into 60. So let us simplify this. It becomes 1 upon 150. Now on the left hand side, it will become u minus v divided upon uv. And we know the value of u minus v. So this is 5 upon uv equal to 1 upon 150. Which means uv is equal to 750. Now students, we are having u minus v equal to 5 and uv equal to 750. So now it's very much simple to eliminate v and get the value of u from these two equations. So I will be writing v as u minus 5 and I will substitute this value over here in this equation. That means it will become u into u minus 5 equal to 750, right? So it will become u square minus 5u minus 750 equal to 0. And when we factorize, we get u minus 30 into u plus 25 equal to 0. So this finally gives us u as 30 or minus 25. Now obviously minus 25 would be rejected. So our correct answer is 30 km per hour. So that means the value of u is 30 km per hour. Fine. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is a simple problem. It says how many minutes are there in x weeks and x days. Now we know that in x weeks there are going to be 7x days, and further we are given x days more. So that means total number of days is 8x. Fine. Now in one day we have 24 hours, and in 24 hours we will be having 24 into 60 minutes, or I can say this is going to be 1440 minutes. Fine. So that means in 8x days it is going to be 8x into 1440 minutes. So when we simplify this, just do the calculations, so it becomes 11520 into x minutes. So that means A option is the correct one. Now we move to our next problem. Now students, this is the last question of this particular video, and the remaining 50 questions of this exam I will be discussing with you in the second part of this video. Now as far as this question is concerned, it is based on a direct concept of arithmetic and geometric mean. And the concept says that arithmetic mean of two positive numbers is always greater than or equal to their geometric mean. And the equality between arithmetic mean and geometric mean holds only when those two numbers are equal. But since here numbers p and q are not equal, p is given to be greater than q, therefore arithmetic mean A will be greater than geometric mean G, right? That means A option is correct. But to make it more clear to you, I will be proving this result. So let us take A as P plus Q by 2, because A is the arithmetic mean and G will be square root of PQ. Now let's take the quantity A minus G and simplify it. It will become P plus Q by 2 minus square root of PQ. So when we take the LCM, it becomes P plus Q minus 2 square root PQ divided by 2, which can further be written as square root of P minus square root of Q whole square divided by 2. Now clearly numerator is a squared quantity and denominator 2 is already positive. So obviously this quantity will be positive. If P and Q were equal, then I could say the quantity becomes 0. But since P is not given equal to Q, therefore this quantity will be strictly greater than 0. That means A minus G is positive, or I can say A is greater than G. So that means first option is the correct one. Now students, I am going to end this video over here. If you have liked this video, I would suggest you people to subscribe my channel for different videos like this. I keep on uploading many such videos. Moreover, this video was not intended for those students who are preparing only for combined defense services exam. It can be helpful to those people who are preparing for NTSE, Olympiads and different government job exams. So please share it with your friends. They could also take the benefit of it. Thanks.